from the point. And it looks like David Camp got the tip.
The high tip.
A beautiful tip in. And they come into Boston and put up 6 and hold on for a big 6-4 win to break a deadlock with the Bruins in the Atlantic Division.
Now picked up by Marner. Looks ahead to Matthews. He's got the empty net. Matthews shoots, scores! Auston Matthews has 50 goals for the first time in his career. And a hotly anticipated night in Toronto lives up to the anticipation. Leafs win 7 straight. And Auston Matthews hits the 50-goal mark for the first time.
Welcome to episode 140 of the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
On tonight's podcast, we're going to look back at the Leafs' big wins over the Bruins and the Jets. Auston Matthews hits 50 goals. Sheldon Keefe pushing all the right buttons. We're going to dive deep into the Leafs' special teams, take a look at the PK and the PP. Injury updates. A lot of groin problems going on. A lot of groins.
Oh, boy.
And has Peter Mrazek played his last game as a Leaf? We'll take a look. And we also got a couple segments tonight. We got Just the Tip and a brand new segment, okay? You're not going to want to miss this one. It's all about the goalies. That's all coming up here on episode 140 of the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast, on Twitter at the Tip In Podcast. Email us at the tipinpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe, and check out more videos and more podcasts that we have for you on all podcast platforms. Let's get into it. How's your Friday night going so far?
Pretty good, Chatty. Yourself?
You know, not too bad. Not too bad.
We are just off and cooking episode 40 on a Friday night after Auston Matthews scores 50 goals on an empty net. The empty netter, right? Little disheartening, but man, the roof just was waiting to come off that fucking place last night, eh?
Oh, yeah. They wanted that so bad.
Oh,
so
man.
Bad.
Big time. Like, you could just see the fucking fans were just ready, anticipating it. Like, so every time he touched the puck, every time he touched the puck.
It's been so long since a player scored 50 goals, and he should have done it last year. He should have done it the year before, but he got to it this year. So good. And I don't even care if it was an empty net, because you know what?
No.
We're never going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about the fact that he got 50 goals and however many he finishes the season with.
And that's the thing.
Now let's point to breaking Rick Vibes' record, and then 60.
And that's just it. Like, that's the thing. They're going on the road now for 4 games, right? Philly, Tampa, Florida, Dallas, and then they come home to play Montreal on Saturday, April 9th. But that's the thing. Like, empty netter or not, it was nice to see him. Like, there's no way if he didn't get it last night that he wouldn't get it in the next 4 games. So, empty netter or not, it was still nice to see him get it at home, right? Like,
yeah.
That was the whole thing.
If he didn't get it at home, you're right. He was going to get it on the road. You said that last podcast because I said he might get it in Boston, and you said I'd rather him get it Thursday night at home against the Jets.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. So.
Yeah, good game, man. Honestly, these 2 games we're going to be talking about here, both just absolutely dynamite fucking hockey games. If this Leafs team continues to show up, we're in fucking great shape here.
Yeah, but they have all season. They've always played good against teams that they should play good against.
Great,
get up for,
great shape if they continue to play like this. Unlike Peter Mrazek's groin, which is an absolutely brutal shape, horrendous condition. We'll get to that later.
Oh God,
this fucking guy, he's done. We'll get to that later. We'll get to
Peter Mrazek, but let's go back to the Boston game.
Yeah, man. So. Look, dude, the Boston Bruins, this was tough. The Leafs were tied with Boston going into this game, right? So
Identical records.
And, Campbell takes the trip to Boston. He's not 100% yet at this time. More on that later. He's good to go now, but at this time when the Boston game happened, it was still whatever. So Mrazek gets the start in net. And holy fuck, man. This game was absolutely crazy. Mrazek, or whatever his name is. What's this guy? How are we pronouncing this Boston guy's name? Mrazek?
Mrazek?
Okay, so
I've heard it pronounced a few different ways, but
he was gonna be maybe playing this game. He met them there, and no, he did. Well, apparently, then in the morning lineup,
he took the morning skate.
I know Keefe had him in the starting lineup, I think, but he took him out.
That'd be a rough game for. Hey, you know what? You're just yesterday you were playing in college. Today you're playing at Boston Gardens against the Boston Bruins on the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Can't
you're
do
right.
that.
So for this game, like there wasn't a lot of lineup changes except for Nylander and Tavares are done, which I'm so cool with, and we'll get to that more later. We'll get more into that later when we talk about Keefe and stuff. But so we got Tavares playing with Kerfoot and Mikheyev. Nylander's playing with Engvall and Camp. Okay. More on that later, but this was the first game where they really were like, okay, let's see how this is looking, and it looked good.
Okay, just a lot of comments. We're live streaming this.
Yeah,
got a lot of comments coming in about Mrazek's groin.
Okay, well, just wait.
It's a hot topic.
Just you wait. We're gonna get all over that. So some different, not really line juggling, whatever. But like there was just some moves, some little tweaks, I would say, by Kiefer, some tweaks. And man, did it pay off in that Boston game huge, and then even more so in the Winnipeg game, but because they looked fucking dynamite in my opinion in both games. But anyway, so the Leafs go in to Beantown, and they fucking take it to the Bruins. They beat them 6-4. They were up, what, 6-1 at one point, or 6-2?
Yeah, no, they were up 6-1 and 6-2 and 6-3 and 6-4.
Little bit of a comeback in the third there, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. But a comeback where the Leafs were playing 4 defensemen and Shalgren had come in halfway through cold. So you knew that push was coming in the third period from the Bruins.
Oh, you knew it was coming, 100%.
You could see it coming from a mile away.
100%. When it starts coming, there's no stopping it. There's no stopping it.
No.
So, but look, I'm going to be honest here. So right away, like 5 minutes in here, Colin Blackwell, who played well in this Boston game and then becomes a scratch in the Winnipeg game. I don't think that was because of him not playing well. I think Kiefer was kind of loading up that fourth line with Simmons and Clifford. We'll get more into that for a little bit of the rough stuff.
Just in case.
But Blackwell can hold his own. But anyway, so he scores the first goal of the game, his first goal as a Leaf. He's a Boston guy. He's from Massachusetts, and he went to Harvard with little Curfew and all that. So he was all fired up for that fucking first goal, and it was great to see, man. Love
I used
that.
to be a janitor at Harvard.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Yeah. I used to I'd see like a math equation on the board, and I'd just figure it out. And
Yeah. And then
my best friend was Ben Affleck.
Yeah, you had to get some like counseling over that, did you not?
Yeah, I met with a guy who had a beard.
How'd that work out?
It worked out good. In the end, I realized that I was better than being a janitor, so I stopped hanging out with Ben Affleck, and I dumped Minnie Driver, and I just fucking got out of that shit.
Yeah, that was a big mistake, though. Do you like apples, though?
Well, I do. How do you like apples?
No, I don't like apples. I don't like apples.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Blackwell, man, like, beautiful. Nice goal. Gets it going. I like this guy's, like, he's a little spark plug. I like Blackwell. Yeah. I like what he's brought so far. And he'll be back in on Saturday night against the Philadelphia Flyers. Anyway, this game was pretty wild. Pasternak ties it at 1, like, right a minute later. But then Riley keeps his fucking hot streak going. He pops one to make it 2-1. And then Kerfoot with a nice breakaway goal. The move Kerfoot pulled on the breakaway. Who is this fucking guy out here?
I don't know.
Who's this? Is that William Nylander out there or Kerfoot? Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, he was just flying. A little bit of a flying V triple deke.
Oh, that's not what flying V means, man.
Oh, sorry.
I've told you this.
I always forget what flying V means.
Yeah, it's not
a hockey move.
It doesn't have anything to do with hockey at all.
Okay.
Nothing to do with hockey. Straight vagina. So
Right. Emilio Estevez.
More on that later. So,
There won't be, but
No, there might be. You never know with him sneaking up.
Now I remember we did a podcast about it a while ago, and you reminded me that in the movie when he's yelling Flying V, he's not even looking at the ice.
No, he's looking at the moms.
He's looking at the moms in the stands.
Looking at the moms.
Yelling Flying V. Okay, yeah.
That's what it's all about. So, Emilio Estevez. Love that fucking guy. So the Leafs take a 2-1 lead going into the second period. I loved how they played in the first period. I have nothing but really good things to say, except for one person pretty much for this entire podcast, really. So we go to the second, or no, sorry. Well, something very serious happened here in the first period. Now, I don't know exactly what time of the game it was, did Mrazek leave in the first or the second? It was the first. He left early, like halfway through the first, did he not?
I believe it was the first.
The Bruins had a couple power plays. They scored on a power play, and then I think they didn't. Mrazek made a save or whatever, and all of a sudden, you see him the camera kind of pans off, whatever, and you can see the Leafs bench, and here he comes fucking hobbling in. You might as well have just had crutches. He can't, his groin is completely fucked. He can barely even skate or put any pressure on it. Just completely fucking done. Wrote off his fucking groin for the third time this season. Just when he had played okay. Just a little bit okay. I had him in the showers. I had him in the showers last week. This is why. I knew it. I fucking knew it with this guy.
You knew it. I mean, just think about the season he's had.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Pulls his groin in game 1.
First save of the fucking season.
Misses like 7 games. Comes back, pulls his groin again. Misses like 15 games. Comes back, has to be the starter. Plays absolutely brutal. Starts to kind of show signs of life. Pulls his groin again.
This fucking guy and his groin, man. It is unbelievable. $3.8 million fucking dollars for this guy to just go out there and flip it and flop it all over the fucking place.
If you want someone to just sit in the net and flip and flop all over the place and then just, pull their groin, I could do that.
Oh my God. Sign me up. Sign me up. Let's fucking do it, man. But, I don't know with this fucking guy. So yeah.
So with a comment, Bernie wants to say, can the podcast invest in some AirPods for Dale, please?
Chad has wires too.
I have wires as well.
His are black, mine are white. So
if anyone owns like a tech shop and they're listening, we'll take free AirPods.
Yeah. I'm old school though I like to plug it in, man. Dude, look, we have so many fucking I like to plug it in. Oh, yeah. I'm old school. Look, we have so many fucking technical difficulties on this show that I don't think we could afford to go that route. Like, an AirPod fucking goes down, we're fucked, right? So
yeah, it's true.
We need to be wired right up, old school technology here, man.
This is the old school.
But anyway, so look, he's out for 6 weeks. Peter Mrazek,
rest of the regular season,
which takes him and then into the first round of the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
So this guy's done. He's done. There's no way. What do you think he's gonna? If the Leafs are able to pull off a first round victory and they are in the second round or whatever, what do you think he's gonna start tuning up the fucking band like halfway through the first round and be ready to go? He's done. Shut him down. He's fucking done.
Yeah. No. Absolutely, he's done.
And even if he was to fucking come back, you can't count on him anyway. He'd pull his fucking groin the first game back.
Yeah.
So it's Campbell. It's true.
I agree.
It's Campbell and it's Shalgren, and that's it. And that I kind of prefer that, to be honest, because fuck Peter Mrazek. He's played like shit anyway. So fuck him. He's done though. Like, he's done. Is this it for him? Is he done as a Leaf? Will he ever fucking play another game for the Toronto Maple Leafs?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the offseason. If they're going to need him because they have him under contract, what they're going to do with him. Do I think they want to get rid of him? Yeah, they want to get rid of him.
They had 2 weeks ago. They had him on waivers. Give him away for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
But I think they will if they can't find a suitor for him in a trade, which I think they will be able to, a fresh start somewhere else, they'll trade him. If they can't trade him, fucking buy him out, sayonara. I believe we will never see Peter Mrazek in a Leafs uniform again. I think it's over. It was a fucking shitty experience. Kyle's done some really good things, but man, his fucking hit or miss with goalies is like, Not his strong
Bad.
suit. Yeah. No.
It's been bad.
But anyway, so that's it for. So it's gonna be, the Chrome Dome is gone. Groin problems. I'm sure we haven't seen the end of groin problems, but with this guy, I believe we have. But look, get it all out there right now with Peter Mrazek, because I don't want to talk about him again this season. This is probably the last time we're gonna mention fucking groin on this fucking show. Do you not think? He's going to be gone. Not like there's no point in talking about him because he's not going to be around.
It didn't work out. And you know what? Peter Mrazek, he might pull a Nick Ritchie and go to another place and all of a sudden turn around. Nick Ritchie's got 11 goals, everybody. 11 goals since leaving the Leafs. Maybe Mrazek goes somewhere and has a stellar season, but it's done in Toronto.
Nick Ritchie has 11 goals playing on a shitty top line in Arizona. But he couldn't.
Still, though, he's scoring.
No, I know, but he couldn't hang with the big boys here. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Not like 11 goals is like whatever. Bunting's got he's pushing 20.
No, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And with Peter Mrazek, it was a bad signing. It just didn't work out. Hopefully Dubas learned something that don't invest that much money and years into a contract that you're not quite sure of.
Yeah, bud. And also, you might want to start testing those fucking groins out before you before you slap 3.8 on the table. Why don't you do some groin testing? Get in there and examine that shit. Examine that shit.
It's quite simple. You bring in the guy, you say, you want 3 years, you want 3.8 million, show me a flying V.
That's fucking right, bud. That's right. And if he doesn't know what the flying V is, you say, turn your ass around, get the fuck out of here. You're not welcome here, okay? Thank you very much. But
you put some guys on the ice and you say, hey, get them to do a flying V. And he yells flying V at the players, and you're like, you don't get it. You don't get it.
So, no, he doesn't get it. So that's it. Goodbye, Peter Mrazek. You're fucking gone. Robidas Island, if we have to, whatever. Sayonara, Peter Mrazek.
Adam says they need to send him to the island.
There you go, man. And so, look, here's what happens.
Send him to the island.
Mrazek is out. Shalgren comes flying off the fucking bench. He's all, not warmed up, not whatever. But guess what he's got? Guess what he's got? Do you know what he had?
A strong groin?
Yeah. Do you want to know why?
Because he knows what a flying V is?
New pads.
Thick ones, too.
He comes... are you telling me these guys aren't listening to this fucking podcast? All of a sudden, we're talking about pad size, and you got to get that thing exactly right pad size-wise. All of a sudden, Shalgren comes in. He's got new fucking pads, man. Thick ones. Nice, big, and thick.
Yep. They're listening.
Of course.
They're totally listening. We said if Magnum wants to work his way back onto this team, he needs to get the mustache back.
Why do you think Shalgren switched his pads from the last time we did a podcast to now? What's the only thing that happened in between there? We came on and talked about pad size and how you got to get in.
You did a
I explained it to you, and you were like, yes, it's fucking science, man. It's plain and simple. You get in the trainer's room with the trainers. You got the proper measurements, not on your own because it might be exaggerated. You need a trainer in there with you. You might need Belfour in there.
If you try to measure your own pad, you're always going to add an inch or two.
That's right.
You're always going to add an inch or two.
Yeah, and that's just not fair. That's not fair for anybody. That's not fair for yourself or your teammates.
Because you think you're doing something in there, but you're not because you don't have the right size.
Exactly. So he comes with new shiny, the shiny old Chrome Dome is gone. But guess what? Shalgren's in there with shiny new properly sized pads. And he looked pretty good. But we'll get more into him later. So anyway, Mrazek out, Shalgren in, and the Leafs just keep pumping them. So 3-1 Leafs after the first period. Mrazek's gone. Shalgren comes in. Marner scores. His 28th of the season. He's on his way to 30. Matthews scores in the second to make it 5-1. His 49th of the season. And then on a 5-1 game, we got a little 5-1 situation going here. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, not his first, But you don't usually see this guy with this type of right from like the high slot too. And this was absolutely beautiful. We're doing we got a Friday podcast this week. We might do a Saturday after the Flyers game, but what happened here with David Kampf, Chad? David Kampf.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Just the Tip.
Perhaps play a little game called Just the Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
Dude.
This one shocked me.
This was an absolute shocker. Now,
I did not see this one coming.
Dude, Morgan Rielly kind of just fluttered it through from the point. Morgan Rielly had a tip in last week. And all of a sudden now he sets up a tip in this week. David Kampf scores his 9th goal of the season on a wonderful tip in. Now this was just kind of a shocker. You just said it. It shocked you. It shocked me. It shocked him. It shocked everybody. So look, man, it's nice to see Kampf. Dude, David Kampf had one fucking goal last year. One goal.
Yeah.
Now he's got at least 2 or 3 tip-ins.
Yeah, I know.
Unbelievable signing by Kyle
And at the start of the year, we were just like, oh, if he just keeps playing this defensive game, what a great signing. And then he goes and he shocks us 3 or 4 times with tips.
What do you think Dubas asked him when he was considering signing him as a free agent in the offseason? What do you think he asked him?
He probably said, what is the hardest yet best way to score a goal? And Kampf said, obviously, it's just the tip. And Dubas said,
How much do you need? Blank check. Blank check.
Here's your contract, son.
Yeah, that's right. That's all you got to say. So, dude, look, you think, like, you got guys on the team like Tavares, who's like the king of the fucking tip-ins. There's no wonder that
There's not a net in the league that guy hasn't tipped.
That's exactly right, man. He's put it in every fucking net. Every net. So,
every city in North America, he's laid down a tip.
But now he's teaching guys like Kampf and others, but a guy who's not really known for tipping it in, but loves it. So, JT's teaching these guys, here, let me show you how to tip it in. High slot tip too. Like this could have been a high stick. This could have been a high stick tip.
Yeah. And those are the hardest because if you go too high, it doesn't count.
Great hand-eye coordination by David Kampf, and he gets a tip in. Hopefully we're not done with tip-ins this week. We are done with them tonight, but hopefully we got a game tomorrow against the Philadelphia Flyers. In that city, the city of brotherly love, they love a tip in there. So I could imagine there might be tons. It might be a tip-in bonanza in Philadelphia tomorrow night. Who fucking knows?
Oh, yeah.
Tip-in extravaganza. Whatever you want to call it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Who knows? But David Kampf, so he makes it 6-1 with the tip-in. And then the Bruins kind of come back a little bit and score and few goals, whatever. The final ends up being 6-4. They beat the Bruins to move into second spot in the Atlantic. No. Sorry. Jumping ahead of myself here. That moved them into sole possession of third. That win over the Bruins. The Bruins back down to the wild card. And again, man, Marner, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2-point night. Matthews, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2-point night. Rielly, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2-point night. He's been hot. Like, it's and then a bunch of other guys with a couple assists and a couple single goals, Blackwell and Kampf and whatever. But
and we can't let's not gloss over the fact that Boston got a little chippy and dirty in this game when it was 6-1. I felt Taylor Hall punched Lyubushkin in the face.
Yeah. The grit. The nitty. Let's get to the nitty gritty.
I thought Marchand cross-checked John Tavares in the hip where there's no padding.
He was
took his 10-minute misconduct.
Yeah. Well, they were losing 6-1.
I know.
Right?
They threw the knee out on Nylander. Man, I was watching. I actually turned on YouTube through the game because I like to do this when they're playing Boston. And I watched the Boston feed for that Jack Edwards, the sports announcer for Boston. So I saw the knee on knee with Nylander. You saw it. We all saw it. He went fucking crazy when that penalty was called. And they showed the replay, and he's like, Nylander need him.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? Nylander's trying to get out of the way, and this guy sticks his fucking knee out.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it got chippy, it got dirty. But I liked how the Leafs handled it, man.
Yeah,
They just
same
said, you
here.
know what? We're just going to keep coming at you, and we're just going to keep burying you with goals, and we're just going to fucking get out of here with 2 points.
Should also mention this. This was the first game that Justin Hall took the full cage off, and he gets fucking smoked right in the head with the puck.
That's right. He had a rough week.
He was
had a
bleeding
rough
all
week.
over. I couldn't see where he was cut or whatever, but he was bleeding everywhere. So Hall left the game. Labushkin left the game. They're down to fucking 4 defensemen. 'Cause
4 defensemen.
I'm looking at ice time. Riley played over 25 minutes.
Chris said that it blows his mind that he didn't get a game for that. I think he's talking about Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad a play, but it was a dirty play.
Yeah.
It was a dirty play. But yeah. So they're down to 4 defensemen.
Yeah.
One's 38 years old.
Yeah.
They've got to play 20 minutes like this.
You know who led the Leafs in hits in this game?
I don't.
Take a guess. He's got a mustache.
Magnum?
Yes, he did.
Nice.
Yes, he did. Now here's a no, and again, like the Leafs were out hit 35-27, but whatever. Magnum led the way with 4 hits. Dude, again, Timothy Liljegren, like I had him hot in the slot last week. Like I've just been so impressed with his game. Basically, since Sandin's been out and Giordano came in, fuck man. Well, dude, like I have been so impressed with Timothy Liljegren. Absolutely.
Yeah, Bernie, he asked that a couple minutes ago. He said, what do you guys think of Liljegren's play last couple weeks? I know they weren't paired last night, but it seems like Giordano's addition has been a positive for him. Absolutely.
Oh, God. Huge.
Absolutely. And
Huge.
the mustache. He got the
Yeah.
mustache back, and now he's feeling it. But Liljegren's been a whole new player in the last few weeks. Just turning it around.
And look, I know like we're not huge Justin Hall fans here, but even though I think Hall's second half has been a lot better than his first half of the season.
Yeah.
Since being paired with Brody, he has played better. But in my opinion, Liljegren is like, dude, Giordano. Like, I didn't love Giordano and Hall last night in the Winnipeg game. I get why they did it because Labushkin was out and whatever, but man, Giordano and Liljegren, like, it's going to be tough to split that up when they're fully healthy just because I think both of them have played so fucking well.
Yeah. Yeah, you find a pair that just complement each other, and they seriously complement each other. It's been great. Maybe this offseason, Magnum will take them down to Hawaii for a bit.
I could
Show them around.
100% see that happening. So, anyway, anything else about this Bruins game? So, yeah.
No, they got the 2 points. They said, fuck you, Boston, and they hit the road.
Yeah, huge win. Huge win.
Huge win.
So, we move on to
The talk of the town.
Thursday nighter. The Jets roll in, and the Leafs just say, you fucking guys are done. We're gonna end your we're gonna end your fucking season right here tonight. The Leafs are gonna end. Like, look, the fucking big bad Jets. They think they're so fucking cool and so fucking tough. That Stanley motherfucker, or who was the guy at the end of the game last time they played in Winnipeg that was like doing the heavyweight championship around the waist, like thought he was the king of the fucking world.
Yeah,
was it Stanley or was it some other guy?
No, it wasn't Stanley.
Okay, was Stanley who fought Clifford last night, or was that somebody else?
Oh, I forget.
Okay, I can't.
I'm trying to
remember
think
the
who
guy's
did
name,
the championship belt thing. I
I
don't know.
thought it was Stanley. I thought
Maybe
it was.
Maybe it was Stanley.
I don't know. Anyway,
Maybe
Stanley's a fucking pussy. Simmons, if it was Stanley, maybe it wasn't Stanley. Whoever the guy was that was doing the championship, if anyone knows, let us know. But Simmons was like wanting to go all night, and the guy wanted no part of Simmons.
Well, do you blame him?
Well, the guy thought he was the fucking king of the world, king shit. So yeah, like
But
show up.
He would have got filled.
Well, then
He
don't.
knew he would have got filled.
Okay, well then don't fucking yeah. Okay, you know what they say? Like you can lead a horse to water.
But you can't beat him in cock size.
I don't think that has anything to do with this particular situation, but that is what they say. So anyway, Stanley, like whatever, man. I don't even know if that's him. I'm probably I might even be thinking of the wrong person, but whatevs. Anyway, this game was I was real close to attending this game, by the way. My brother and I were going to go to this game. I wanted to go because my brother, I wanted to go because I thought he was going to score 50 and I wanted to be at that game. And the whole Winnipeg thing and all that. But My brother wasn't feeling great, and he's like, no, we didn't get tickets. We were just gonna go. You could hop on day of Ticketmaster and get tickets. Like, they're not sold out, right? Like, these games aren't sold out. You can get tickets if you want. And anyway, there was a pair of tickets there. We were gonna grab them in the upper bowl, like on the blue line. Didn't do it. So anyway, I'm watching this game and I'm thinking, fuck, I could have been at this fucking game and whatever, but
It was
didn't
a great
happen.
game too.
Didn't happen.
A phenomenal game to be at.
Didn't start so hot because the Jets come out to an early 2-0 lead, and I'm thinking, oh shit, good thing I didn't fucking grab ticks for this one because this could be a shit show here. But anyway, that didn't last very long.
No.
So
the Leafs, it took the Leafs just a little while to get going, but once they did, it just got out of hand quick. But let's do the recap.
Well, the Jets take an early 2-0 lead. Blake Wheeler, hate that fucking cocksucker. He is fucking brutal. I absolutely hate that guy. Him and Scheifele, can't stand both of those guys, man. 2-0 lead. Then Giordano ends up tying it with a little ding, 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 boop, boop, boop.
No, he made it 2-1.
Or 2-1, sorry, 2-1. Little ping pong action for Giordano. He kind of shot it. He saw Tavares in front of the net. He's like, if I just put it there, he's probably going to tip it in.
Yeah.
But it didn't end up hitting JT. It went past him, unbelievably. Like, I don't know how Tavares didn't tip that in. And it just went off one of the couple Jets players, boom, in the net, 2-1. And then, Willy Nylander. What a fucking night for him, eh? Like, his best game in how long?
It seems probably the last time that Keefe pushed his buttons. The last time that Keefe demoted him or sat him, he came out like a wrecking ball. And he did it again tonight. I don't know. Keefe's got his number, man. He knows how to get him going.
Maybe he's like, fuck, there's only 15 games left here. I better snap out of this shit. Like, who knows? But anyway, Nylander ends up tying it at 2. The Jets come right back, 3-2 lead. This game was back and forth. Then Tavares ends up getting one to make it 3-3. Nylander gets his second to make it 4-3. Then Mikheyev, short-handed. We're going to get into some Leafs special teams here shortly, but they're shorthanded. They're unbelievable. Like, their league-leading 11th shorthanded goal of the season. Ilya Mikheyev's 15th goal of the season. Holy fuck. Going to want to find some money to re-sign this guy when he just is finding his game. Like, unrestricted free agent in the offseason. Fuck, man. Mikheyev, absolutely incredible. So that made it, I'm losing track, 5-1, I think.
5-3.
5-3, sorry, 5-3. Going into the third. And there was the Leafs basically held that 5-3 lead all the way through the third period. There was only 2 goals in the third, and one of them came, the Jets pull the goalie, and here we go.
But throughout the whole game, at the first, they were talking about it at the intermission, and everyone could see it. On the power play, every time Matthews was on the ice, everybody was ready to blow their load. The guys on the ice were trying so hard to get him the puck, just to get the 50th goal. I think, like you said, to do it before the road trip, like get it out of the way.
Yeah.
But it didn't come until late. That's what she said. And it came in the third period, 5-3. They pulled the goalie. I don't know if Matthews is usually out a lot, but it seems he's been out a lot recently with the goalie pulled.
Yeah, he has been out a lot at the end of games. Definitely has.
He did. He wasn't normally in the start of his career. They wouldn't put him out in the last few minutes with the goalie pulled.
Who are we talking about here? Who are we talking about?
The cock. We're talking about the cock.
Fuck the cock, man. Fuck that guy.
But Matthews sees the open net, rings it down, puts it in. The place explodes.
Well, here's what happened before that, Chad. This almost
didn't
happen.
Play of the game.
This almost didn't happen. But Sheldon Keefe says after the game, he's like, the best play of the game was David Kampf hitting the post on the empty net. That if that goes in, Matthews probably does it. And he's still probably sitting at 49 right now.
They put the goalie back in and they play out the time.
So Kampfer hits the post on the empty net. The play comes back down around the Leafs end. Marner ends up getting the puck. They went as soon as they go back the other way. Matthews pops it in the empty net for his 50th goal of the season. So we're talking, and like you said, the place fucking explodes. They were waiting for it all night. Absolutely incredible. So the 4th player in history, in Leafs franchise history, to score 50 goals. Rick Vives done it 3 times. Gary Lehman did it once. Dave Anderchuk did it twice, but one of them was split between the Sabres and the Leafs. So the 4th player in franchise history to score 50 goals, and here's a little bit of a shocker or a secret for you folks. He's not done, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to 60 here. There's 15 games left. Why can't he get
He needs
60
5
goals?
He needs 5 goals to break the Leaf record.
For fun.
He could have that honestly by the end of the week or
for fun. Now that he's got 50, the next target is 55 to break the all-time record, which he's going to do. And then why not 60? Him and Draisaitl are right in the hunt for the Rockets. So, yeah, man, it's
Did you I don't know if you read The Athletic, but did you see the article they did in The Athletic talking about Rick Vaive and those years versus Auston Matthews, just to put into perspective how crazy it is what Matthews is doing?
No. Was it Siegel, or do you know who wrote it?
Yeah, so I think it was Siegel, and they broke down all the numbers. But basically what he said was like Rick Vaive scored 54 goals in an era where there was 8.2 goals a game.
That's
was
wild.
the average scored back then.
That's wild.
So he
man.
scored at a 0.7 goals a game pace, which would put him all time 550th. Auston Matthews is doing it right now in a league where it's like 6 goals a game average. It would put him 14th all time in goal scoring average. Rick Vaive's 550th. Like this guy's, he's not. You could talk about Gary Leeman and Andrew Chuck, and he's not in that league.
Oh no,
he is above. He's in like the Mario Lemieux, the Alexander Ovechkin league.
Without
for what he's doing in this era.
Without a doubt.
50 goals in 62 games.
Yeah.
That's a mic drop.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Absolutely incredible, man. Yeah, the guy's just, he's a machine. Like, the empty netter, he was kind of ho-hum like the empty netter, right? Like, he was sitting on the bench. You thought, like, he might stand up and give a wave, whatever, but he was just kind of like, whatever. He's like, I'm not done here. Catch me in a week when I'm shooting, like, I'm going for 60. Then we'll see what's up. But I think when he gets to 55, it'd be nice if that happens at home, which it could. Like, they got 4 games on
that Montreal
game.
It could be the same thing. You and your brother could get tickets for that one to see if he'll break the record.
Thinking about it, that might even be more interesting to be at. So, but you know how they played against Montreal, so who the fuck knows? But yeah, man. Anyway, Auston Matthews. I mean, what can we say about this guy? We're watching if they are able to win a Stanley Cup, like even if they don't, like it's hard to say he's the greatest without a championship here, but like we're watching the greatest Toronto Maple Leaf in the history of Toronto Maple Leafs, in my opinion. Like this guy is the best Leaf I've ever seen in my fucking life by a fucking mile. There's no one close. There is no one close.
No, Matt Sundin holds the record for most goals as a Leaf.
Auston is just gonna fly by that.
Sundin got 420 in 13 seasons. He's 171 goals away. He could do that in what, 8 seasons?
Austin's
9
next
seasons if he stays with Toronto.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Austin's next goal will be his 250th of his career, I believe. Is that right? I think it is anyway. So yeah. And what did Sundin get for how many? 471 as a Leaf?
Yeah.
So
470.
470. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, Auston Matthews.
420.
420.
He got 420, but Matthews, like, he's not even done his 5-year contract yet.
No, I know.
Sundin did that over 13 years. If
13
Matthews
years.
stayed in Toronto for 13 years,
oh, it's going to be ridiculous.
Be crazy.
And look where he'd be. Honestly, look where he would be if we didn't have the COVID. If COVID didn't hit, he would have already had 50, and then
Probably would have had 60 last year in the.
There you go.
Division.
So he would. There you go. His stats. He'd be closer. He'd be closer to 300 goals, maybe 275, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, the guy's unbelievable, and I can't wait to see where he goes from here. Like for the rest of this season and into the playoffs and beyond. He's going to play a major part of the success this team has going forward. But do you think like the Rocket, the Hart, like he's in on all this, right? Obviously he's in on the Rocket, but he's clearly in on the Hart. Like if he's not the favorite, he's right there for the Hart Trophy.
He has to be. He absolutely has to be. And I know there's going to be a bunch of Toronto bias, like the sports writers and stuff be like, well, you know, I'm from Toronto. I can't vote for Toronto. And fans are like, oh, it's rigged. Toronto always gets a bad rap. But if this guy isn't top 2, top 3 in voting at the end of the year, something's fucking wrong. Name me a player, not named Connor McDavid, who's better than Auston Matthews right now.
Yeah, it's hard to do. I mean, we're biased, obviously. Like, I don't watch
There's
Colorado.
There's guys having great seasons.
Yeah, like, I don't watch Colorado every night. I know how good, like, McKinnon is and Cale Makar and all that.
This season, Matthews is playing better.
Yeah, in my opinion. Like, what can you say? So, anyway, they weren't done there, though. They weren't done there. Let's put a little nightcap on it with Timothy Liljegren for a power play goal. He says, thank you very much. And he rips one home with a nice one-timer. And that bow ties this puppy 7-3 for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Winnipeg Jets, basically ending the Winnipeg Jets season. Here's a big fucking surprise. Mitch Marner, another 3-point night. 3 assists for Mitch.
Does it in his sleep, man. He does it in his sleep.
Every night, 2 or 3 points for Mitch Marner. Some nights fucking 4. Another 3-point night for Marner. Mikheyev, a goal and 2 assists for a 3-point night.
Another short-handed goal.
Unbelievable. Nylander, 2 goals and an assist for a 3-point night. Matthews, a goal and an assist. Liljegren, a goal and an assist. Giordano, a goal and an assist. And Johnny Toronto pops in there with a goal, too. A couple other guys with single assists. Engvall takes a hit on the boards to make a play to get Mikheyev the puck for the shorthanded goal. So shout out Seabiscuit.
Shout out Seabiscuit.
You know what they say, you can lead a horse to water,
but you can't beat him in the size of cock.
That's right. That's right. Shout out to Seabiscuit's mom.
Shout out to
Seabiscuit's mom too. We got to shout out Seabiscuit's mom.
Shout out to Justin Hall for slipping on the ice and just putting his hand on the puck and throwing it away like he was playing junior, like novice Timbits hockey. That was great.
Yeah, Hall had some good moments in these last 2 games and some moments.
That was pretty funny though. Like no one around him. He just tripped and he panicked. That's what you see at like my son's hockey. Is like the kid falls and he gets nervous and just throws the puck with his hand. That was priceless. Way to go, Justin Hall.
Shout out Halsey. Leafs get beat in the hit department 42-34. But here's what I'll say about that is that here's the thing. I don't love that, but you wouldn't notice it because I thought the Leafs went toe-to-toe with the Bruins and toe-to-toe with the Jets. And look at these 2 games, man. These 2 games specifically were like the Jets are not in a playoff spot, but they play you hard. And the Bruins are the Bruins. They're like fucking like, what are you gonna do? Boston's gonna you can't cheat in a game against the Bruins. They always play hard. So I was so impressed with these 2 games, man. So fucking impressed. But just the way they played and all that. But we can get into a few more like individual topics here. But like your final thoughts on these 2 games, like incredible, right?
I think you said it from the top that if they play like this, we got a really good shot at winning a round. Definitely. And Campbell's coming back on Saturday, and I'm super excited to see this healthy rib, healthy groin. Maybe his mind's a little clearer. Are we going to have Campbell, man? Are we going to have the old Jack Campbell? If this team that we saw play against Winnipeg and Boston can have the 915 save percentage Jack Campbell, look out. Look out, baby.
Agreed, man. So the Leafs, 2 unbelievable performances. They go into Boston and they beat the Bruins 6-4. They come home and they beat the Jets 7-3. And we say goodbye to our good old friend Chrome Dome Peter Mrazek.
Who was it? Was it Appleton at the end of the game that was lining up with Wayne Simmons? I thought that was great.
They kicked him, or was it Lowry? It was Lowry, I think, wasn't it?
Maybe it was Lowry. Oh, it was Lowry. Yeah,
they kicked them both out. But
yeah, that was awesome. They were just sitting there, and the refs just like, nope.
Yeah. Anyway, so in honor of our friend Peter Mrazek, we got a little something special here tonight, Chad. We are gonna hear from a new sponsor of ours on this show.
That's right.
You want to throw to it, Chad? And this is in honor of Peter Mrazek. We went out and did this just for you, Peter. You and your slippery groin. But now you're gone, so hopefully they'll stay with us. But we got a new little sponsor just for Peter.
Let's roll it right now.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yeah, Yep, shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but Lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You gotta, look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuck boy. No one fucks with my hose. The Lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Peter Mrazek.
Peter the garden hose. It's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't forget, right now, order now. Go to lizardhose.com if you want 2 lizard hoses for $50 or 50 feet for $29.95. Get on that.
That's right. Okay, man. So a couple more things before we call her quits here tonight. I got a couple hot topics here. Let's get into this one right now. Sheldon Keefe.
Pushing the right buttons.
So mainly on this, I'm going to talk about specifically splitting up Nylander and Tavares. Okay?
Okay.
This right here is like, it looked like they should have did this 2 months ago when they started going in the fucking tank. And that line has just been shit. JT playing with Mikheyev and Kerfoot. I mean, Kerfoot, I guess, whatever. I think it's more so Mikheyev. Tavares looks like fucking the best he's looked all season right here. And Nylander, all of a sudden, like Camp and Engvall. I can't even believe Engvall. I'm so impressed with Pierre Engvall. I cannot believe it, this fucking guy.
If you go back and listen to the start of the season, we were trying to find a spot for him on the roster.
We can't take him out.
Yeah, we're like, he's the guy out because you got to keep Nick Ritchie in and you got to keep these guys in and all that. Now look.
You can't take him out. You literally cannot take him out of the lineup. No. He brings so much to the fucking team. I'm just so impressed with Engvall. And you know what? He's gonna start tipping it in soon. I bet you. I can just sense it. Oh, I can sense it. I can just sense it. He's got. Yeah.
He seems nervous in front of the net.
No, he's not anymore. Not for long. Not for much longer the way he's going. But look, man, keep pushing the right buttons, specifically by splitting up Nylander and Tavares. You cannot go back. Nylander he's playing the best hockey he's played in months. Tavares is playing the best hockey he's played in months. You can't go back now. Nope. Those guys are they're still on the same power play unit 1, but
on net all of a sudden playing in the blue paint.
I know.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
And we'll get to that.
So you can't see, like, I can't see why would you put them back together now? This spreads it out.
Dude, you just beat the Boston Bruins 6-4 and dominated the Winnipeg Jets 7-3. Why are you going to fuck with the lineup right now? I don't change anything. The only thing I change is plugging in healthy players. Like, if the Bush is ready to go, the Bush is back in. If Muzzin's ready to go, Muzzin's back in.
Well, on the back end, yes. But even
forward lines, I'm not touching it. Fourth line, I'll tinker with it, but I'm not touching those top 3 lines right now. Yeah, they're dominating. Every shift, they're dominating. Tavares looks, just like you said, he looks rejuvenated. He looks going. Kerfoot looks amazing. Mikheyev looks amazing. The Matthews-Marner-Bunting line, best line in hockey right now, and the Leafs' third line is killing other teams' third lines. Killing them.
Totally agree, man. And even on the back end, too. Can you still hear me, Chad?
Yeah, I can still hear you. But
okay, well, I'm not sure what happened with the cam here. I'll try to get it figured out. But anyway, even on the back end, too, man, like he playing with pairing Giordano with Liljegren, like I wasn't super in favor of that but it's looked incredible.
I thought he was gonna go Gio and Brody.
Yeah. So a lot of
He didn't.
no, he didn't.
That's why he's the coach and we're not.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, so Keith very impressed. I think he has been pushing the right buttons.
Chris says, crazy we lost Cachet and you can hardly tell. That's how crazy the depth is. Yeah, that is so true right now. Like, I will be perfectly honest, I didn't even think about Cachet in the last 2 games. Because the third line is playing so good, and the second line's so good, and the fourth line's been chipping in, and the first line's dominating. What is the status on Cachet? Is he coming back?
Okay, I'm going to get to that in a minute here. I'm just trying to figure out the camera situation, but you can still hear me audio-wise, right?
You sound like a dream.
Okay, so let me just try to figure out the camera situation here for a minute. I'm working on it. Yeah, so Sheldon Keefe. So you want to go to what do you want to go to? Injuries here? Do you have a little injury? You want to talk about special teams or injuries? A little injury update here.
Let's do an injury update.
Okay. So, full practice today. Muzzin was back in regular jersey. So he's not going to play tomorrow night, but he's getting ready to go. And which is good. And Campbell obviously is back. Oh, we got a little something here. I'm cooking. I think I'm cooking.
He's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeez Louise, man. Take it, Chad. Just take it for a minute as I try to figure this out.
A little pussy always comes up when your camera goes away. It says, I'm looking for the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, Campbell's coming back Saturday night. I'm super pumped about this. I don't know why. I had a feeling that this was going to be a really good week, and I just have a feeling a new Jack Campbell's going to be in the net. He's not going to be the guy we saw kind of struggling through Christmas and January and early February before he got hurt. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, same here, man. Sandine, still no word there. Like, I don't know how long term that's going to be. I don't think he hasn't been on the ice or whatever. So, but Muzzin's coming back, and Campbell's coming back.
Bush is playing.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, it looks like it's not anything serious there, which is good. So
he probably could have played in the Winnipeg game. Just they were cautious and held him out. So he's going to play Saturday in Philly.
Right. So is that 100% for sure he's going to play?
That's what they said. He even said that he felt good. He was ready to play.
Okay. Well, anyway, my camera's fucked. I'm being thrown all off here. So anyway, I'm just going to go with it blurry as long as the audio can still be heard. So anyway, yeah. So they're getting healthy. So there's going to be moves that need to be made here. So going into the lineup for Saturday night, it looks like Ambrusier or whatever is going to play. Like in that game, Keefe had him in today. Kerfoot was not at practice. I don't know if that was something, or if Kerfoot's just going to be a scratch, or if he got banged up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Kerfoot would have to be banged up to take him out of the lineup.
You would think so, but I think like now they've got decisions to make with like they're trying to get it looks like they want to get Blackwell back in, and I don't know. What are you going to do? Guys need to. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, I guess you got to do it. Kerfoot wouldn't be the guy to take out. I mean, take out Clifford and Simmons. And
I think, yeah. Well, Clifford is coming out, I believe, but I don't know about Simmons. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I would tinker with the fourth line. I wouldn't touch the other lines, but hey, like I said, I'm not the coach. But we'll see how that goes. Do you want to get into the PK, the PP, or do you want to do our new segment?
Yeah, we should probably get to the new segment before we get. We should have got to that. I was a little discombobulated over here.
Let's get into the new segment, and then maybe we can talk about the PK and the PP in our next podcast.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, so we got a new segment on the goalies. I should have got to this right after the games, and I just kind of whatever. Things are getting a little hectic here on my end. So, bunch of.
Adam says hopefully Kerfoot isn't out from the knee on knee.
Oh, well, he stayed in the game, though, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it was just a maintenance day. Maybe he just, they're like, stay off the ice today.
Could be.
So anyway, we got a new segment coming at you.
Yeah.
It's called The Eagle's Nest.
Yes.
And basically how this works, Dale, help me out because this is your segment.
Specifically, we're just going to talk about the goalies, and we're going to just grade them from time to time. So we'll be talking about Mrazek's performance and then Källgren's performance in these last 2 games. And we'll give you the grading system once we get back from our little intro. Chad, you want to hear the intro to the new segment?
Let's play the Eagle's Nest.
Hey, the Eagle, great name.
And watch Belfour's stick.
Wow.
All right, Piggy. Come on out, Piggy.
And put it right up into his face there, and Belfour's not going to take that. Wham! Right there. He came up high. And here it comes. And the Eagle's all over him.
I bet you if you pop those jeans off, you're going to find a sweaty hog.
How in the world did he make that save?
He's pulling stuff now.
Wow.
All right, Piggy. Come on out, Piggy.
What better name than Eddie the Eagle?
All right, the Eagle's Nest. So how does the grading work on the Eagle's Nest?
Okay, so it's just a 3-tier system. If you're real good and you're like Eddie Belfour in his heyday and just absolutely lights out, you're going to want to go Spread Eagle.
Okay,
Does not get better than Spread Eagle. Now, if you're okay, pretty solid, not great, not terrible, right in the middle, you're going to want to go with a Stiff Hawk. Now, Hawks aren't quite as big as Eagles.
But stiff ones are pretty good.
A good Stiff Hawk is good, but not as good as a fully Spread Eagle.
All right.
So just remember
Spread
that.
Eagle is that's what you want to achieve.
Yes,
That's
Spread
the
Eagle.
goal.
Spread Eagle.
But if you can give us a Stiff Hawk, we're okay with it.
Yes.
So
now,
what if you Peter Mrazek shit the bed?
Yeah, now if you're not, and now look, if you absolutely just cost us the game, letting in soft muffins all over the place, just absolutely horrendous, it's a sweaty hog. And we all know what it's like to have a sweaty hog. It
Hog?
is not
A hawk.
No, not a hawk. We got
Hog.
a stiff hawk is kind of somewhere in the middle. Not great, not bad.
But a
sweaty hog. A sweaty hog. It does
terrible.
not get worse than
That's
a
terrible.
fucking sweat hog. If you are a sweaty hog, no, it's game over for you, bud. Game over for you. I don't know why I'm all. Am I still blurry over there for you or no?
Yeah, you're still blurry on my end.
I don't know what the fuck is going on there. I have no idea what happened. My camera cut out, came back on, been all blurry. So anyway, that sucks. But
If anybody listening to this podcast has connections to a tech company that can hook us up with good webcam equipment,
Jesus,
let us know. But anyway,
I had her going. I had her going looking real good. But
do
now
we go
it seems
back
all
and
fucked
look
up.
at each game and just rate the goalie?
Yeah, it's not going to be a long segment, man. We're just going to get into it quick. Like, we're going to talk about Mrazek and we're going to talk about Källgren in the 2 games real quick and just grade them. You want to go first? Why don't you inaugural? Why don't you kick it off here? The first, Peter Mrazek and then Källgren. You know the grading system. We got a 3-tier.
Peter Mrazek in his period and change in Boston.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's a sweaty hog
Oh, big
because
time.
the groin broke down.
Big time.
That's a sweaty hog. Now, Källgren, because they split the net, I'll do both. Källgren came into a pretty rough situation. He let in some goals and kind of let Boston back in the game. Not his fault. The team was depleted. They held on for the win. That is a stiff hawk. That is a stiff hawk. You didn't make any acrobatic saves. You didn't spread the eagle, but you gave me a stiff hawk, and I'll take it.
Dude, look, for us to get into spread eagle territory here, it's got to be something very, very special. So I did not see that this week. I'm with you. Peter Mrazek, absolute sweat hog. Now, could you imagine? Could you imagine this guy going to the, he's hobbling off the ice in the Boston game. He's going to the room. He's basically holding his groin in his fucking hand. Can you imagine the lather in his pants?
That's sweaty.
Oh my God. He must have had the sweat. He's already got groin problems, fucking brutal groin problems. His sweaty hog must just have been weighing him down. Just absolutely like an anchor around his waist. His fucking sweaty hog.
It showed out on the ice.
Oh,
It showed out on the ice. When you have a sweaty hog, you usually don't finish the game. You usually get pulled because the coach can see the sweaty hog, or you get hurt.
No one likes a sweaty hog, and with Peter Mrazek, we should have did the Eagles' Nest way earlier in the season because Peter Mrazek would have had a sweaty hog time and time again. time and time again.
And you know what? The best thing that can happen when you have a sweaty hog is that someone comes in with a stiff hawk. Because when they come in with a stiff hawk, it sort of replaces you and you can still get the win. If you replace a sweaty hog with a sweatier hog, you have like that Detroit game where it was 9-2. It's just, or whatever it was, not 9-2, it was like 9-7.
10-7 or something crazy.
It was so crazy.
Anyway, for Shalgren, for me, I'm with you, man. It's a stiff hawk. It's a stiff hawk. He's not quite at Belfour style spread eagle, but he's definitely not fucking got a sweaty hog like Peter Mrazek.
No, and the Winnipeg game was a stiff hawk as well.
Yeah, stiff hawk. A stiff hawk. He's right in the middle. He's good. It's not costing them, but he's not stealing it either. He's just got a good stiff hawk, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But somewhere along this road trip coming up, I guarantee you Jack Campbell's going to spread the eagle.
He might go full spread. He might be full spread eagle tomorrow night in Philadelphia. Who knows?
He might spread eagle all over.
He might spread eagle all week.
Philly. He might go down to Florida and spread the eagle, and then he goes to Texas and spreads the eagle.
Oh, I heard that's the best place to do it, man. I heard that is the best place to do it. I seen him do it too. I seen him do it.
That's where one place the eagle landed.
I know, and Florida too. So Florida Panthers.
Yeah, I don't really count that.
Belfour
really spread the eagle in Dallas. I mean, he basically won the Stanley Cup in Dallas.
That's right, he did. Yeah. So you're right there. So I'm with you. We agree on the grading system this week. Like you gotta be exceptional to get spread eagle. But you basically all you gotta do is play like Peter Mrazek, and you're gonna have a sweaty hog all the time. And that is no fun for anyone. Trust me, it's no fun for you. It's no fun for us. Sweaty hog, no fun.
Adam says he just might squirt.
Well, let's not get carried away now. Let's not get carried away. You know what they say, Adam. You can lead a horse to water,
but you can't beat him in the size of cock.
That's right. So we'll let you know. We have not. So we've had a spread. No, sorry. We had a stiff hawk and we had a sweaty hog. We have not yet had.
Oh, we got the sweaty hog out of there immediately.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no doubt. Sweaty hog came and he's fucking out of there. Yeah. So hopefully we got Hawks and Eagles from here on out, but we have not had a spread. Maybe Jack comes back and he spreads Eagle right away. We'll let you know.
We'll find out Saturday.
We'll let you know after the next podcast. But, all right, you want to just go out then on... I did want to talk about some special teams. You want to talk about that?
No, let's save the special teams for the next podcast. I think this podcast deserves to go out on a spread eagle and stiff hawk.
You want to go out on that? You don't want to talk a little bit about... Okay, just quickly. The penalty kill has been incredible. And the power play, I think, is like... They don't get a ton of power plays. They were comparing it to teams like Colorado and top teams. The Leafs
don't draw a lot of penalties.
They're like 27th in the league in drawing penalties, which is fucking mind-blowing. But
because they have the puck all the
time. When they are on the power play... You notice, this is what I basically wanted to say, was that they give it different looks. Like, guys are switching positions and roaming around all over the place. So it's a much harder situation to read defending that when you got guys like switching and coming and going. They're not just standing still and staying in the same spot like last year or whatever. It was so bad. Their power play looks different. It looks a lot better. And their penalty kill, like the fucking best in the league, man. The best I've seen. Like, literally their penalty kill, we've said this before, it's like you think they're on the power play when they're on the fucking penalty kill. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. It's crazy. It like flips everything on its head, where the old a good defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
This is like a good offense is a good defense. Like, they are scaring you to try and make plays, because if you make a mistake, they're going to score a shorthanded goal. It's kind of fucked up. And it's not like they have Matthews. Like, they have Marner out there and stuff, but it's like Mikheyev and Kerfoot. These guys are just showing up, having incredible seasons. Mikheyev, you said it earlier in the podcast. This guy, he's backing up the bank truck to the back door and saying, hey, show me the money. Show me the money.
Without a doubt, man. Leafs can be able, at least, you make a few
They're going to
tweaks.
try, but I think some team's going to make him a huge offer.
Cap's going up $1 million, and you got Kessel's $1 million. You get rid of a couple guys here and there, like Mrazek. They can find some money.
Maybe we'll see in the offseason. But yeah,
all right.
Keep the special teams going.
Philadelphia on Saturday night. Will we be back Sunday night? Maybe a little earlier. Maybe a little 7:00 live stream on Sunday night after the Philly game. What do you think there?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, Sunday night we will be back with episode 141.
We'll see how it goes from there. For the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast, on Twitter at the Tip in Podcast. Email us at the tipinpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for joining us on this live stream on our YouTube channel at the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast. Hit like, hit subscribe. Also, if you like the podcast, go check out other podcasts. We got a whole bunch of them. You can go back to when we didn't even know what the fuck we were doing, when there were nothing but kinks, and listen to those episodes. And until Sunday, we will.
Hey, now, you can lead a horse to water, but watch out for the sweaty hog, because that is no fun for anybody. Hey, go Leafs, go. Let's go into Philly and get a win.
Red the Eagle.
And we will catch you later.
Catch you later, everybody. Thanks for joining us.